Hi, I'm Kim from Supplements.co.nz, and tonight I have with me John from Horleys.
How are you doing?
And Alex, who's a Horleys sponsored athlete.
Hi.
And we're doing supplement talks, and the product that we next have is the CROSSFIRE protein.
Indeed.
Yeah, so you can tell us a little bit about this one.
Well, the CROSSFIRE we decided to formulate as kind of a multi-protein powder. So trying to blend different proteins together to cover a number of bases.
We've got a new strawberry flavour, I know.
We have got a new, we just launched
news.
a new strawberry flavour, yes, which is very nice, and I find it's really nice mixed in water.
Yeah.
Some of the protein powders people still use with milk, but I think the way that we're going with our formulations is to make sure that it tastes really good in water, because a lot of people just want the nutrition out of the powder. That sort of thing. I imagine that's how you take it.
Definitely with the calorie content,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they have it
extra.
always with what I have
That's
done for years, you know what I mean? It's, you just want the protein source only. You don't want the extra, the fat and everything else from milk. But also, you know,
It's just easier.
but also, you know, with milk, you know, for people that are lactose intolerant and stuff like that, you know, it's no good. So for someone that wants to stay in shape, water's always the best way, you know, get a low calorie drink.
And it's good to be able to have a product that you can mix in either, but I think the key is to make it taste good in water, because you know, that's how people pretty much want to take it now. So it's a number of different proteins which we'll talk about later. But the key, one thing I wanted to mention quickly was for you guys out there to check your protein requirements. It's very important that you don't do the exercise and have your rest without putting in the right nutrition. So it's key when you're looking at protein powders to actually know what's right for you. It's important to actually know how much protein you need in a day. So a rough guide would be around about 2 grams of protein per kilo. I know that Alex looks at maybe a little bit more for serious trainers.
About 3 grams per kilo,
3 grams,
yeah.
So there's a ballpark figure for you there. You can start to look at your sort of protein requirements. So times your weight by say like something like 2, and you can get a good idea if you're training hard. So once you've got that number, we can kind of take you to a product and find out what kind of nutritional benefits you need to fit into your training requirements. So this product was designed as a high protein, low carb formula, which has got 3 different proteins in. It's got a whey protein isolate, which is cross-flow microfiltered. It's got a whey protein concentrate, but it's also got a little bit of casein. Casein is also a protein from milk. Why have we put the casein in? Pretty much because it's very slow release. It takes the body a long time to empty it out of the stomach, so you kind of get those amino acids delivered over a period of time. We've also put whey protein concentrate in there. Whey protein concentrate is a very good product. It's a very rounded protein powder. Comes out at about 79% protein, and you get a full spectrum of aminos in there. We've also put the isolate in there as well. The isolate is very, very pure. It has a very high BCAA content, very high glutamine content, very quickly into the body. So you're kind of getting 3 different proteins. So it's kind of
it's a good all round.
It's a very it's
for
really
the person that's
right,
you know, on a budget sort of thing.
Before bed,
they're getting a high quality product, but they're also getting something that stays in the system a bit longer.
Right, that's right.
So it's that everyday sort of person.
Pretty much. I could sell it to a rugby player, a hockey player, a netball player. I could sell it to a bodybuilder.
I myself, I use this pretty much all year round.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
So
it's a good compound, you know, basic, but even, you know, high quality protein powder. You know that I trust. It's got good flavors, but also I know I'm getting my protein requirements from this product. So the casein, it's got a little bit of casein.
It's about 5%. Yep. So one of the I suppose we should, if we're talking about what I would call a blend, it's important for people. There's a number of blends on the market, and what we decided to do is actually label what proteins we put in there, because it's important.
So the biggest part is the isolate and the concentrate.
That's 46% isolate, 46% concentrate, and the remainder is the casein.
So the main reason, we split it down the middle. You know what I mean? Isolates for the quick absorbing, the low fat, the low calories,
high BCAAs, high glutamine.
And then you got your slower releasing, which is your concentrate. okay, which is the next best form of protein, and then a real tiny amount just of casein, which just helps that extra little bit of slow release.
Yeah, and if people want to slow things down, I mean, most of the slowing is the actual emptying out of the stomach. And so again, if you want to slow, for example, if you wanted to take a protein in the evening, and when you were recovering at night, you could have it as a blend of the food, so it will actually slow the absorption down.
Yeah, no, when I'm not watching my dieting as hard, I tend to have a shake before bed or something like that. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
And the casein's really good for that. Even though it's a small amount, it's just enough to get me through the night. You know, so I'm not going to lose muscle. You know what I mean? If I'm looking at gaining that muscle in that sort of stage. But I know I've also got a low fat, a low calorie protein drink as well. I'm getting best of everything all one.
And I suppose the key is we're trying to cover a number of bases. We're trying to get a high quality, a kind of a premium blend, so that you're getting the isolate and you're getting 46% isolate, and you're getting 46% whey protein concentrate, and also that's what you're getting because it's labelled.
So the different forms, they all enter the body in different stages, don't they? Or they exit out at different stages.
It's about coming into the stomach and being, you'll have your acids and your enzymes poured into there and starting to break down and digest that food into the intestine, and then as it starts to go, so the gastric emptying is the key there. The slower the gastric emptying, the slower that will be into the intestine.
So it stays in the system.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So for example,
you got your fast acting, straight after workout, you want your fast acting proteins, and then you also got your slower acting proteins to keep you fuller for longer. You break it down a lot slower, so you'll get that protein release a lot slower, which is a good thing.
And I think this sort of product, I enjoy it in my porridge in the morning, but I could also mix it slightly thicker at night with a little bit of milk maybe and less fluid, and make it into a pudding.
I've been guilty for using yogurt lately.
I was just going to say, yogurt is nice.
Yogurt, and I put a big scoop of protein
with
it, and I mix it. That's been my dessert lately, so I've been a bit guilty for that, but this is perfect for it,
so
it's fantastic.
But again, work out your protein requirements, divide them into your meal sizes, and then you can work out how much protein you need, and it's just a good all-round protein.
But for an everyday person, CrossFire, is the one to go for, for if you're on a budget, but also you got something great quality and good tasting, so it's a really good product.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.